So maybe let's go just quickly. I promise to be quick. We'll just go a little bit deeper here into our tech stack so you get a better understanding of which technologies we're talking about. It's a full stack program. That means we're doing front end and back end. And it's something that Carl, our tech mastermind and main teacher and mentor for the people, has designed himself. Maybe Carl, if people can see you, I don't know, you can wave a little bit or maybe unmute yourself and say hi so people see you popping up.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Carl.
So now everyone should see you. Hi, Carl. So what Carl did is he basically condensed his knowledge of teaching people and of working in the industry for almost 20 years in this curriculum here, covering a lot of the state-of-the-art technologies that are high in demand in companies today, be it web development, a specific industry, or maybe any kind of industry will probably need development and coding today, as you all know. But we're not only covering like the pure languages, because that would kind of just create islands of knowledge that are not connected. But what we really take care of is that everything that falls usually in between these cracks of just having the JavaScript here and maybe having a framework there is also covered by making sure that the code is tested, making sure that it's managed correctly using Git, making sure that people learn how to debug and work with external expectations and all these kind of things. So it's a lot. It's really a lot. And it's not just that. It's even more, because one thing that definitely defines our core values at UpLeveled is that we really need people on board that are highly motivated and driven to change their life and start something new. And we do task that in the beginning, not with a formal task, but we have spoken to everyone in person before joining the course. And all these people that are presenting today, every one of them has shown a outstanding persistence and resilience going through these 4 months of really like super full-time, and with full-time I mean a lot more than just 40 hours a week, of projects and learning, of frustration, of hitting a wall and not knowing if they could actually proceed and optimize and improve, but overcoming these challenges and finding a way and finding their own methods of how to really make new technologies accessible to them. So something that all of them bring to the table already just by making it through this bootcamp is that they have the ability to learn something from scratch. And if they've built these kind of projects that you'll see today in just 12 plus weeks, then you should just see what they will be able to do when they join your team and work on this on a daily basis. All of them have worked in different situations, because our course has not been online for the full part of the bootcamp, like for the full time of the bootcamp, but we have been in person in our co-working space for the larger part of the program, of course following all safety instructions, and have only been remote for the last part of the course. But these people are also obviously now skilled in doing code reviews and collaborating remotely, which is something, maybe an upside to this pandemic. We're not alone. Like we do have our strong beliefs and values that we carry through the full program, but we also have a very strong network of industry experts in Vienna and in Europe. And we do rely on a lot of industry experts for teaching what they are really good at. So we do have people on board that earn their money with what they're teaching, and they're going through different workshops with our students, teaching them specific key topics about Docker, for example, about SEO, about UI design principles, about UX considerations you want to have in your projects, and all these kind of things. And as I mentioned, we also had support by our teaching assistant, Chris, who had actually graduated from our bootcamp as well, and proved to be someone who's really, really cool in collaborating with people and supporting people. And this is why we were highly lucky. Thank you, Chris, for having him on board to support our students, especially with project time.
Thank you, guys.
And just something to keep in mind also is that most of our students, almost everyone, has a professional background with years of work experience. It might not be work experience in development related areas, but it's work experience in project management and sales, in working with clients, in working with math or science, in working with molecular biology, in working with data, basically. Too, and these kind of skills are not lost. They are only kind of put to a different level with adding the coding skills now. So some of them might not be looking for a full-blown developer job, but would also be interested in interface positions where they could really contribute, bringing their prior knowledge to the table and adding the understanding and the eye-level communication with the tech teams. This is up to the participants themselves. They are all on a level that they could start as a junior developer, but of course you could just reach out and check out if they would be open for different positions. Some of them might even mention in their presentations. So yeah, we're close to the end already, because there's not too much to share anymore, but giving the stage to our awesome graduates. So just some words about what to expect. So we will now go in an order that has no real logic and is neither alphabetically, because I tend to mess that up, people know, nor something that has a different logic behind it. But we'll just go through our graduates. I will announce them for you. They will, some of them will use these kind of backgrounds that I'm using, so you have the name in front. If they don't, that doesn't mean that they don't like to share their name. It just means that their machines, their laptops are not supporting this Zoom feature because they are too old. And I was joking today, but I actually have to mention it. So this means that these people have gone through the full bootcamp and full technology thing on really old machines. So if you see someone without this background, that's even more awesome. Go for these people. No, but we will make sure to announce the names. They will say their names again. You will find all of the graduates that you'll see today on our updated graduates page after these presentations. So you can check out their LinkedIn profiles, their GitHub repos, and what they're into and what they're interested in. You can obviously follow us on social media. And something I'd like to add for organizational reasons, we can't really go into Q&A just because we have so many people here today, and it wouldn't be fair to answer some questions and not all. So we decided to answer none and instead answer them later. Like if you have questions regarding the program, obviously reach out to us as UpLeveled, either to me, Matthias, or Carl. Or if you have questions regarding a specific candidate, best thing is you just reach out to them directly. Everyone has 5 minutes per person. We're trying to be crisp here and sharp, and so you will see me taking time and reminding people. So don't be confused when that happens. All right. So I'll clear the stage first of all. Oh, awesome! Now I see all the people. This is really cool. And I'm also trying this new feature because I'm really bored with all the Zoom sessions. I guess everyone is like super tired of Zoom by now, so I'm really trying to make this a little bit more fun. So I want everyone to give at least a silent shout out to our first presenter, which is Emese Kiss.
Hi, hello everyone. It's nice to see you all.
My name is Emese Kiss. Some people call me Emmy, and I'm from Hungary originally, but lived in the UK for 4 years before moving to Vienna. I have a background in social work, and for me it's very important to make technologies accessible and inclusive for everyone. So in my future work, I really would like to focus on accessibility and learn more about accessibility. And what I enjoy most about web development and coding itself is the unlimited resources to learn and grow. And every day I can learn something new, and next day I can implement it. Especially in a bootcamp like this, you don't have time to sit on some things and some problems. So you're forced to learn and jump into the deep water. But that's something I really enjoyed to do in these 3 months. And for my final project, I chose something that is very, very close to my heart. So it's about mental health. And actually this idea of a mental health guide came to me when I was working with people who have mental health issues. And I thought like how nice it would be to have a website where it would be really easy to find resources. So connect people with organizations, or let's say apps that they can use for supporting their mental health. And I'm just so excited, and I'm so proud that after 3 months I could build something on my own. And there was a lot of work on it, and with it, and still there's a lot of work. I'm gonna invest my time in this project, but I'm really proud to share it with you. So now I'm gonna share my screen so you can all see, and I'm gonna walk you through this guide. Okay, can you see my screen? Cool. So welcome to Guide Me. I've been working with Next.js, and this is the homepage. I designed everything with Figma. Here you can either go to the guide itself, which the guide contains questions, and then you can choose between different answers, and based on your choice, it's going to guide you to a result page where you're going to find resources. So from here, you can either go to the guide itself or go to About Us. We have a contact form, but for now, let me show you the urgent support page as well. It's really important because if someone needs an urgent support, then they can just come here, click on the link, call, and they can call directly the number. For now, I would like to register. Unmuted. Okay, thank you. So for now, I would like to just quickly register someone to show you how it works. Because if you're a registered user, then it's very easy to save resources on your profile. So I logged in, I remember the password, and here is the profile. You can choose another avatar. Let's change James' avatars for something that's more funky with a funny hair. Cool. And let's take you to the guide so you can see what I've been talking about. So you have a question pop up, I want help with. I can choose from these choices. Let's choose anxiety, panic attack, and I would like to do something digital. Here you can see the results, and it's really easy. You can either save them by clicking on the save option or contact them by clicking on the contact option. And then if I go back to my profile, you can see all your saved resources here. You can either delete them if you don't want them anymore on your profile. And then there's another feature I built in, which is the search function. If you go to search, you can filter all the organizations I have on the database. I built a guide with the database, and also I learned a lot about junction tables. It was a lot of new learnings. And then you can, let's filter something digital, anxiety, low mood. And then if I choose this, it comes up as a dynamic page. Here you can also save the result. And now let's log out, or you can either delete your profile. I can delete James. Okay. So that was my app. And you're invited. You're very, very invited to visit my GitHub. And also on my GitHub, you can find my other bigger project, which was the Peace Be Mine. It was an e-commerce store. So let's have a look if you want and you're interested. And I would like to just say thank you for the UpLeveled team, because it's been an amazing journey, and I'm really happy to be to start as a junior web developer. And at the moment, I'm looking for a position where I can develop further my development skills. And thank you very much for listening to me. I'm gonna stop sharing now. Thank you.
To give you some feedback, which I know it's hard to speak into a black screen and then no feedback, but you did an amazing job. Really cool. Thank you so much for sharing. We'll right off to the next person, which is James Sheppard. Go, James.
Okay, I think I'm unmuted, so ready to go. Hello, everybody. My name is James Sheppard. I'm originally from the United States. I grew up around Chicago, and I studied philosophy in the United States. And after that, I came to Austria, and I taught in secondary schools for 2 years. And then after that was over, I decided to go back to school, and I went to the University of Vienna, where I studied literature and philosophy and languages as well. And so that is actually directly connected to what I did for my final project, which was an online dictionary. Let me just get Zoom out of the way here. So I created an online dictionary with Next.js called Word Divan. Oops, should go to the home page here. And I used it, I made this possible with Yandex. For anybody who's unfamiliar, Yandex is a pretty big company. They have a dictionary API, which allows me to call the information that I would need for an online dictionary. So I didn't create a huge database filled with tons of different dictionaries over the past 5 weeks. I'm not at that level yet, don't have that much time. So as you can see here, there are several different dictionaries. I tried to use some dictionaries are better than others with Yandex. So Yandex has very good Russian to basically any other language dictionary. And that was what I was most curious about, because I started learning Russian about a year ago. And there's an interesting problem that comes up if you start looking for Russian words online. And that is that in Russian, there are verbs that have, every verb has an aspect. So there's an imperfect and a perfective form. And in German, it's unvollendet and vollendet. And so let's check out just a simple verb like work. And if we go down here, we can see that there are verbs in yellow and in blue. And so the yellow verbs are the unvollendet or the imperfective aspect, and then the blue are the vollendet or the perfective. And so that was important to me. And what's interesting is that Yandex actually includes this in their API, but it's not on the actual Yandex translation website. And it's kind of an afterthought on a lot of other online dictionary websites. So that's one part of the website that I really wanted to accomplish and is important to me just as a tool that I can use after this is over. And so as you can see, I'm already signed in here as the wonderful username AAA. And another feature of the website that was important to me was being able to create and save words to vocabulary lists. And this was probably the feature that taught me the most about, or just from the project. And so the idea was I go on different sites. When I use a real dictionary, I write down words on pieces of paper, but sometimes these pieces of paper get lost. And obviously, if you're using an online website, you can kind of just forget the words. You look them up once, okay, good for now. And then you end up looking it up maybe 20 times because you keep forgetting the words. So here I can actually save the words by checking the box. I can go to the link here, click on animals. Doesn't really fit. So I guess I could just delete it, but then I can go to walrus, for instance. Here's the entry for walrus. We can see it's in animals, but it's not in any of the other lists. And so that was difficult because Next.js, I used server-side rendering for this page, but then for this element here, I wanted the data to update live as the database was updated. So when I uncheck, I want animals to remove walrus, and then when I check something else, I could put cow, I guess, in food, depending on what you like to eat. and then it returns to the page. So this is actually using the SWR from Next.js. So this is client-side rendering in this component here. Can also create a list. We'll just call it house. I don't know why. And add cow to house if you'd like. And then we can also go to the profile page. You can see here you have your profile information. You can edit that information. I don't know, I think I was messing around with this. I called myself James, and then Leopard. Sure, we'll keep it. I'm James Leopard, even though I'm really James Sheppard. Kind of rhymes though. So you have your vocabulary lists. These are also links to the actual list where you can see all your words. So it's pretty easy to navigate and find the words that you're looking for, get back, and you can look at some of the examples that they have here for the different words. So that was about it for that. And I'm sure I'm forgetting something important that will just get on me after this. But that was about it for this. It seems I'm looking forward to using it just as a tool on my own. And thank you for watching my presentation, and thank you for showing up. There's so many people here. It's really incredible. And thank you to Anna.
Thanks so much, James. Awesome presentation, and I really like how you sneaked in your names a couple of times, even make a joke so everybody now remembers your name forever. Good job. Who told you? Like, really cool. So next one up is Thorina Boenke. Looking forward to it.
Hello, everyone. Very nice to see you. Let me just share my screen. Yeah, here we go. What? Did you get the right screen? No, sorry. Knew this would be happening. Okay.
Looking good.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, so this is me. I'm Thorina. I have a background that is a master in molecular medicine, and I worked a few years in medical research, and I'm 29 and originally from Germany. And I now got into coding and I absolutely love it. And one fun fact about me is that, yes, I'm actually named after the god of thunder. But that was, of course, before all the Marvel movies. But I'm also really a fan of those. And I really like puzzles and riddles and programming little browser games. So for my final project, I decided to make a geography quiz app. So let's go right there. And you can also play it if you're not logged in. But since I want to show you all the options, maybe let's sign in first. Go to the login. And let's log in. And maybe to give it a bit of a personal touch, we can first upload a profile image that I prepared here. Yeah, and save that. And now if we're heading back to the quiz page, then all the different options are available. And what I do here is that I fetch data from restcountries.eu. That is an open API with a ton of information on countries and territories. And depending on the chosen settings, a set of questions is created in the app. So this is then completely randomized, so it's unlikely to get the exact same question twice. And as a region, you can either choose the whole world or per continent. And among 3 categories for the question and the answer, so either the country name or the capital flag. And here you can basically choose how many answer possibilities you want to be presented with. So maybe let's jump right in and start playing around. So with the first question, then here a timer starts ticking, and down here you select your answer and get immediate feedback if the answer was correct or not. And this is of course also all accessible by tabbing, and VoiceOver would read that out for you. Oh, that's easy. Yeah, and if you just let the timer run out, it will also bring you directly to the next question. And what? I'm just getting gestures from other people that apparently know the solution. So here in the end, you see the time you took, the score you reached, and the answers and the correct answers. And after that, you can either just play again or head back to the menu. But I can also show you that this site is responsive and also completely playable on mobile. So let me just switch the view over to as if you would be playing on an iPhone 8. And then we can head back to the quiz. Again, maybe this time choose flag and also play it on a mobile. Go. And can we make it? And yay, here we go. Yeah. So then let's head over to the stats page. And here you can see how many of the questions were answered correctly and also broken up per region. And if you played several days in a row or answered a certain amount of questions correctly, you also unlock these little achievements. Maybe let's go back to the regular view for that. Yeah, so here, since I already played on this account before, so we also have correct answers in Africa. And down here, you see the top players with their scores. And a bootcamp colleague of mine and one of her products from the online store already played that a lot, so thanks. Yeah, but if this competitiveness or a timer running in the background stresses you out, then there's also a more relaxed mode with a little memory game. So there, again, different categories are selectable and you can start flipping the cards and start playing here. And you can also change that mid-game if you want. Let's go and delete that account for now. But we can stay in contact. So there's also an integrated contact form. And if you want to know a bit more about me, about the project and the bootcamp, then here we are. And it was really a super amazing experience. And I learned a lot. It was also full of challenges. And here I've listed some of the things that were really tough in the beginning, but by figuring them out, I really learned a lot. For example, the image hosting on an external platform, like putting stuff there, update, and retrieve it in a secure way. I did that with Cloudinary and I got to know MailChimp and SendGrid really well, but I think Mailgun is my favorite email service so far. And then finally for app state management, which I think is a great topic, and there are so many possibilities to choose from, and it's maybe a bit over the top for an application like this that is rather straightforward, but I went with MobX, which is easy to learn and to implement, and yeah, something I really liked. And now this is just a start, right? So what's next? And here, so this is my roadmap represented by all these Marvel heroines. So firstly, as I mentioned, there's more state management options for React, and the Redux is the most widely used one, so I'll also get that down. And I also really want to explore the JavaScript frameworks like Angular, Vue that are really powerful, and also get to work on non-relational databases. When this project, we've been using Postgres. Then I'm personally very interested in cloud hosting services, architecture, and content management. And I guess here just also just depends on what I cross path with first in your company, because there are countless options, and be this AWS, so Azure, Firebase, and so on. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And of course, also to hearing from you. And now just enjoy the rest of the presentations. And thanks a lot for your attention.
Thank you very much, Thorina. I know you were talking fast in the end. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for cutting off, but
get it all out there.
We need to be quick because there's so many other awesome presentations, and I personally really love the next one. So next one is Paul Schnetzer. Go, Paul.
Hello, can everybody hear me? Okay, perfect. So hello, my name is Paul Schnetzer, and I started coding about 1 year ago. And I've got a background in HR and IT recruitment. But I'm also a very passionate cook, so I decided to make a recipe application. And how it works, there are over 50 recipes here that I uploaded myself. It was really important to me because they're super quick, easy recipes that don't require a lot of ingredients. And how it works, here you have a search bar. You type in the recipe, the ingredients that you have in your fridge. So let's say we have eggs and we have onions in there, okay? Those are the recipes that do have those ingredients. Let's say we're interested in shakshuka, for example. We click on it and then it opens this page. This page shows you the ingredients that you need to make it. And those are like supplementary ingredients. So it would be great if you had like cumin to spice it up a little bit, but if you don't have it, it's not the end of the world. You still can make a great shakshuka with that. If you click on this link, it will take you to a page where the recipe is in detail and all the steps are explained very well there. Then there's also a contact form, which I'm personally very proud of. So you can type in your name, email address, your subject, and let's say this user wants to be an admin for some reason. So he can say, make me admin, please. And he can send that. So when he sends it, it will be sent directly to my email address, as you can see here. Just reloading. There we go. So here you can see basically the message that I received from him, make me admin with the email address, and I could write him back if I want to. Then there are also some features that require login to use. So let me just quickly do that. Now I'm logged in. So the first part that I want to show you is the fact that you can save recipes. This button here is only clickable when you are logged in. You can click it. It switches, so it shows you this one is saved. You can go to saved recipes. And if you scroll down, those are the recipes that are already saved before. And there we go. Shakshuka is also saved here. You could either delete it if you don't like it, or you can take the shortcut and click here. It will take you directly to the recipe. The second feature that requires a login is the comment section. So as you can see here, we have some comments. There are already some. They are available to everybody who visits this page basically, and we can type out something in. I like it, something very short, and then you can click on send, and it will be here. And it also tells you basically when it was uploaded. So the last feature that I want to show you is, because I'm the admin and I logged in as the admin, I get access to the admin page. On the admin page, I'm able to create new recipes. So let's do this really quick. I prepared one. So we are adding a recipe, very simple steak with potatoes. There we go, and butter. There we go. And now we have to choose if those recipes are main ingredients. So potato and steak obviously is a main ingredient. Rosemary and butter are not. So we click is not main. Then we have the recipe name, which is very simple, steak with potato. The recipe image, you need to find a nice one that fits on the website, obviously. In this case, I'm taking this one. I already prepared this. Normally, I would look on the internet and search for nice images. And the same one with the recipe itself. We put that in here. Then we click on upload. And now it updated the database. Here, there is the delete recipe function. So there are all the recipes here that are in the database. And I could delete them if I want to. But let's go down. Steak with potato is here. Great. Let's see if that worked. We are going down. Steak with potato is added. And if I type in steak here, it's also included in the search function. One thing, so basically those were all the features that I have. One thing that I want to mention, it's also fully responsive. As you can see, it works on all screen sizes, tablets, all the website works on your phone. And it's also tested with Cypress and Jest. So testing is also taken care of here. Build it with a Postgres database and with Next.js as well. And yeah, that was basically my presentation. I hope you all enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to hear from you.
Thanks so much, Paul. Really, really cool recipes. I really like how they're all easy to make. I personally, there's some of my favorites in there. Really good job. I'm probably going to use it after the bootcamp too. And since people are super different with cooking and baking and everyone has their own approach, we obviously need a second approach to recipes. And here we go with Jenna Koelbl, who's the next.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. As Antje said, my name is Jenna, and I am originally from the US, and I have been for the last 15 plus years a traveling international swing dance instructor and event project manager. So this was a really fun dive into something new. I had a little bit of experience with personal websites. I had also founded my own dance shoe line, so I had done a little bit of that, but that was very much on a user CMS experience. So this was really different to delve into. And as she also mentioned, my project is also a recipe app. And for me, what inspired this was I find there's a lot of recipe apps out there. And so I wanted something that actually I'd be able to take the ingredients and add it into a shopping list so that then when you go into the grocery store, you're able to just pull that up and mark off the items. You will see as I go through this, I didn't quite make it to the shopping list yet because time was not on my side the last couple months, but that's okay. I'm still really proud of what I did get accomplished, and that is definitely on my to finish list to actually get the final perfect piece in there. So I'll go ahead and share my screen now. And let's get that going. Cool. So hopefully we can all see Delish Wish here. And obviously, I think since we're all in quarantine, we've all been pretty hungry. So you can see just a few items on here. And what I did was I decided to use some various CMS type options to get acquainted with them so that I'm familiar with them in the future. So I did use Auth0 for my sign-in and authentication. Please ignore the million email accounts to choose from. We're gonna just choose my default one here and get us into that. Perfect, there we go. So now that we're logged in, you're gonna see that our navigation has updated up here. So you'll see these cute little hearts and numbers next to them. That is so that if we wanna add something to our favorite section, we can pop over there and those will be viewable in that section there. You can, of course, take them and remove them if you don't want them. You can add them back in. And then you also have the option here to create recipes. So you can create a new one by selecting on create recipe and fill everything out, or what we'll actually journey on right now is just updating a recipe, which is the same type of journey as the create recipe. So we've started with this bagel, but you know what? I didn't capitalize it. I'm gonna be a little bit picky on that. And you know what? It is delicious and yummy, but maybe we wanna say a little bit more like soft, chewy bagels, right? And they obviously don't take just flour. So we do wanna add another, we're gonna say, oh, you know what? They do take 4 teaspoons of yeast. I know I'm US, so please ignore cups and teaspoons. It is what I need for my sanity, but there is also grams and kilos in there for people who have different preferences. We can obviously upload our images here, but let's go ahead and just finish updating that item there. And we can go back, and again, we can see that once we've updated that, it is going to save that information for us there as well. And so now that we've created and updated that, it then gets added into our overview page. And a couple of the things that I did with this is I did use GraphCMS again to get familiar with some different things, utilizing GraphQL endpoints for this. And then as I mentioned, the Auth0, I used FileStack for the image hosting. and I did deployment on Vercel. I want to just go ahead and show the idea here of how the ingredients would get added to the shopping list once I'm able to finish that. So I have this in this version right now. It's just as a list. In my work in progress version, this is actually in checkboxes. So you would actually check off your ingredients, you would hit your submit, and it would send it over to your shopping list page, which you would pull up the same way that you would pull up your favorites or your My Recipe page. The great thing is that you do have access to everyone's recipes, but you can easily filter them, view your favorites, or with your My Recipes. And of course, we can log out and just get redirected back to our homepage. I think the main things for me with this was managing my own personal expectations and what I can accomplish in certain amounts of time. But it was really great to be able to use my various project management skills and spend some time learning some different things with Figma and task management in Asana, and then getting this finished. So I'm excited to see my final version with my add to shopping list, but I'm super proud of what I've done. And I think it's really cool to have Paul's and I's back to back to see the different ways that you can approach the same type of thing and how people have different preferences. Perfect. So thank you so much. That is my delish wish.
Thanks so much, Jenna. Yes, I also think there's like something we really value and something that is very close to what we always tell our the people that are interested in the bootcamp, and obviously also the people on the bootcamp itself, is that there's always different perspectives, which is why you need so many diverse backgrounds on your teams, because there's always a person having a different angle and a different feature and a different idea and a different way of doing things. And probably, I don't know, maybe someone like Paul wouldn't have considered the teaspoon American thing, and vice versa. So that's really cool to see. Thanks for pointing out, Jenna. That's really cool. Next one on the list is our beloved Anastasiia. Go next, please.
Hello, everyone. Nice to hear from you, and also I'm happy to be here. My name is Anastasiia Duplishcheva, and originally I'm from Russia, Moscow, and currently I live in Vienna since last year. And shortly about myself, I finished my PhD and math, and also I have a broad experience in sales on different positions. And let's speak about my project. You know, my passion is traveling, and that's why I decided to create exactly this one application, this sunny trip application, because I asked myself what could be really interesting and useful and helpful for me, like a traveler, to plan my trips. That's why I decided to create this app with Next.js and deployed it by Heroku. And this app helps users to plan their trips based on date, distance, and preferred weather forecast. So in this app, I have possibility of authentication and authorization. So you can easily register by entering your username and password. And also you can use this application without any registration, but in this case, you won't be able to save your trips. And after registration, you can easily log in by entering again your username and password. And here we are. Let's start our journey. So how does it work? So you can plan your trip with 3 short, easy steps. So step 1, find your current location. Step 2, find nearby cities by distance and population. And step 3, get a forecast in the selected cities. So let's try. So here is step 1, and the app will identify your current location and then will show your current location on the map. And here I used React Google Map library. So step 2, let's say, for example, you are ready to travel 300 kilometers. And also you would like to discover a new city with a number of population, for example, 300,000 of inhabitants. And then this app will show you all nearby cities based on the distance and also on the specified number of population. And here I used API routing and API fetching with the geodatabase. This is OpenAPI. And then, for example, you would like to check weather in Budapest, Hungary. And on this step, the app will show you the next week weather forecast in the selected city. And here I also again used API routing and also API fetching with Open Weather API. And then registered users, they can add trips to their profiles. They can view their trips and also they can delete their trips. And also you have an ability, obviously, manage your credentials. And for example, you can change your first name and last name. So that's it. And I have already thought, how can I improve and develop this application further? And I think that the next step it would be creation the route to the preferred city. And also I would like to add an ability to book accommodations and tickets. And then let's log out. And thank you so much for your attention. And I would be happy to answer to your questions, and feel free to contact me. All my contacts you can find in the footer of my application. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Nastia. I really love your optimism, or maybe it's not optimism, but you're just super well prepared for when Corona ends and we're all doing sunny trips again. I love that. Like, it's not, you know, we're all going on trips all over the place again. And then we need your app, because obviously once we get outside again, we don't want to go where the weather's not good anymore. So thanks a lot. And the next person is already marking like the middle of our participants. Like, we're halfway through with our next graduate, Melissa Bredekamp. Your stage.
Can you hear me?
Try again.
Ah, okay. Can you hear me? I think
Yes.
my internet's lagging. I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry.
So I wanted to say thank you for everyone who joined. There's so many of you. We really appreciate your time and your attention. So my name is Melissa Bredekamp. I come from South Africa and I have a background in law. I practiced as a lawyer in South Africa for a couple of years, and there I was involved in very rewarding social legal work. I worked in family law and labor law. About 8 years ago, I came to Austria, and because the legal systems are so different, I'm not able to practice law here the way I did in South Africa or the way I'd want to. Initially, I decided to stay within the legal field, and I worked as a legal assistant for law firms in Salzburg and Vienna. But after a while, I realized this is just not interesting enough for me, and I'm not giving my full potential. So I decided to search for a more challenging career. That's why I'm sitting here today. Why web development? To keep it simple, for me, it's very important to make an impactful contribution to society. And I think that technology is the best way to be able to do this. So talking technology, let me show you my project. I'm going to share my screen. So sorry, things are just lagging a bit, so I don't. Can you see my screen? Sorry, I need someone to say.
Not yet, but don't worry, I guess by now, 10 months into this pandemic, all of us, like, we're now currently 84 people in this session, and I'm pretty sure that at least once this happened to all of these 84 people. So don't worry, take your time.
I'm lagging completely. I'm so sorry. I'm the one causing the technical problems. I think, Antje, maybe if you move on, and I'm going to go out and come back in.
Not a problem. We will just get back to you. Let me know in Slack when you think you're ready again. We will just move back later on. So this is just technical issues with the Zoom session. Don't worry. I guess, since I know Judith is super prepared, always super prepared, smiling already. Yeah. So Judith can go next, and yeah, we will get back to Melissa later.
Hi, everybody, and hi to Innsbruck. It's so cool that you're here. So my name is Judith. I'm the CEO and founder of a startup called Little Big Art. And 3 months ago, I have decided to throw myself into this bootcamp, not to become a developer, but actually to become a kick-ass product manager. So what I have learned in my experience in the startup as well is how important a really good user experience is for the success of a product. And that's why I am going to introduce my screen and quickly to you. So I've decided to make it the mission of my application and my project to create a stupid, simple to use product that also solves a problem. So Quix is an application that lets you collect honest feedback from your audience in an anonymous way and super, super fast. So I'm not logged in, that's just the landing page. And I'm just going to start by typing in the title, like Judith's demo. The link is auto-generated. I'm just going to create the survey. Yay, and hope that it works. Maybe let's try another Slack demo. Please work. Oh, okay, it was just super slow, but it worked. Nice. So I have a default question here. I found the content boring or interesting. Just going to add this one because it's a good question. I'm also going to add, should we stay in touch? And let's make it just 0, 1, nope, and yes question. Let's add this one. And got my 2 questions. I'm going to create this survey now. And now it's going to ask me to sign up. I have an account already. So I'm just going to log in. Otherwise, you would sign up now because you don't want to lose your progress. All right, so here is my dashboard. I can either edit the survey or see the results, but there is no responses yet. So I'm gonna copy the link and share it with the audience, which actually is you, but you can stay lazy. And let's just pretend that this audience is hiding between or behind these tabs. And I'm gonna go through the journey with you. I'm gonna share the link later with you anyway. So let's say I found the content quite good. And of course, we should stay in touch. If you do the survey, you will find a link to my LinkedIn and GitHub profile in case you're interested. And I'm also gonna, fill out another form. Cool. So we should by now be able to get the results. And yay, it worked. Awesome. So only 2 responses until now, but that's all right. Maybe at the end of the presentations, there's gonna be some more, or at the end of the day. That's it about the app already, because it's as easy as that. I'm gonna log out. So because I have some more time left, I've prepared something else. I thought it might be interesting for you to walk you through the process I was going through in the past 5 weeks. So I started with a planning phase, a lot of implementing functionality, and a really tough sprint of design. The first thing I always do is create a roadmap just to make sure I will deliver on time. Then I sketch the features and by going through the user journey by simply using pen and paper. So I got my wireframes and did a lot of thinking about the database structure. There was a lot of mind twisting, but in the end, I was pretty happy because I found a very clean, easy structure and I visualized it in this DB diagram tool. So then also quite a challenge, define what the must-have features are and what are just the nice-to-haves. But once I have that done, I could finally start coding, and I wrote my first line of code not before the first week was over. But the next 3 weeks was just full of database management, making sure the right data is being fetched from and to the database, and a lot of authentication and user management, access management, actually. So after 3 weeks of that, I got only 1 more week left for the design. So I really had to go intensively, but I was pretty happy with the results. So I decided for my primary, secondary colors and the font. I implemented them in mockups. I used a tool called Figma. This is the final result, more or less. The actual process looks rather something like that, but it's totally worth the effort because once I had that, it was super easy to implement that in CSS, and I used Flexbox because that's a super handy tool to make sure that the application is responsive. So you can use it on mobile phone, tablet, or your laptop. It will all work. So that's it already about me, about my work. So I am now looking for a new challenge. And if you have a cool project for me and you're looking for a project manager, product owner, and especially if this project is located in the west of Austria in the Innsbruck, Tyrol area, then hit me up. Thank you so much.
Very cool presentation, Judith. Thanks so much for jumping in. Melissa sent me a message. She's back on track. And you know, Zoom can be a pain, and we've all had that. Like maybe fun fact about us, we do Scrum-like sessions throughout the week. So for example, on Friday, we usually do a retrospective where everyone's showing their projects. So I guess out of the 14 graduates, 13 have had the issue that Melissa just had in the retro, and Melissa was just unlucky to have it now. Yeah, shout out to Melissa for being back on track, and now go again. Your stage.
So sorry, everyone. Yeah, I couldn't control it, but hopefully I can repair it. So what I wanted to do is start talking about my project, and there I wanted to share my screen. So here we go. I guess you can see it. My project is called the Hobby Marketplace, and I made this with Next.js. What is the Hobby Marketplace? Basically, I wanted to provide a social platform or a social marketplace where people could offer hobbies which they are good at to other people, or where a user could basically browse and say, I want to learn something new. The reason why I did the Hobby Marketplace is because I feel there's a need for this. All of us have one or two hobbies. Some of us may even be really good at our hobbies, but I think we've all thought once upon a time or often, I'd like to try something new, but then you don't get into it, or you already have enough on your plate and it costs a lot. So we don't go and do that. With the Hobby Place, I wanted to create a solution where people can try something new, and it creates a social solution as well as an affordable solution. I want to talk a little bit about the planning of my project. So here you'll see in the beginning, I started with a mood board on Figma. And what I wanted to do here is I just collected some photos that inspired me, and this influenced the color scheme for my application. Then I put it into the logo, which you saw on the slide before, and this was gifted to me by a very talented designer. And then what I did is I went into Figma again, and I did the wireframing, which you'll see at the bottom of the presentation. And yeah, I just wanted to get accustomed with what I wanted the user journey to be like. And then in the top right-hand corner, I did the data structuring with the SQL DBM tool. And then I jumped right into my project. So now to get into the meat of it and just give you a short demo. Firstly, it's important to know that this is kind of like a social media application. So all the information that comes into the application is exclusively from the user. And what that meant is I wasn't fetching data from anywhere. My user would insert the information. And for this, I needed to do API routing. So I did quite a few API routes. Got myself kind of deep in there. It was a challenge, but it kind of was successful, as well as migrations, and then a monster amount of database queries. And the database I used PostgreSQL. I just want to show you basically a couple of screens from the application, because I wouldn't be able to talk you through everything because it is so much, and this would take way more than 5 minutes, and I've already wasted enough time. So what the user would need is registration and login. And for that, I used authentication and authorization with the CSRF token and Argon password hash. Once the user logs in, they would then have access to the marketplace. And the marketplace, I basically wanted to structure this like a newsfeed with a scrolling option. You can see some people have already tested it, and they've already started offering their hobbies, which they'd like to offer. And when the user finds something they like, they can then click on this a hobby and then find out maybe a little bit more about the user. So offer is offering kite flying in Graz, and I want to know, do I want to go learn kite flying with him? So I can read a little bit about him, and he says, anywhere the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. He sounds like a great, fun guy. I want to learn kite flying with him. In the application, it's not 100% perfect at the moment, but I wanted the user to be able to directly contact the user offering. So here you would be able to click on contact, and then there is an inbox. And here you can send a message directly, and this is important for obviously deciding the where, when, and what. Another important feature is a profile page. For me, at the moment, the profile page is private. This is a feature function. I would like to make the profile page public so users can follow each other, they can view each other's profiles, they can see what interests the other users are interested in. On the profile page, the user is able to upload a photo. I did photo hosting with Cloudinary. The user can also edit and delete as well. As you saw right up top, the user can create a hobby. This is the next screen, and here you would basically populate your hobby, you would publish it, and it would be added to the marketplace. That's basically it about the main features of the project. This project is in its infancy, and I would definitely like to work on it and develop it more. There are some future features, like I said before. One of it is the profile page. Next, I want to get the inbox function or the messaging function functioning well with notifications. Then a search function, so you can search for your hobby you can search for your hobby, specific hobby, and a hobby in your city. That's it about the project. 3 months ago, I started this bootcamp on very shaky legs with everyone, all the graduates that are here today. Today, I'm sitting here and I'm presenting this project, which I'm extremely proud of. From nothing to here, the journey never ends, and I'm really excited to learn. And I'm also really grateful for the people that I've met in this bootcamp and for UpLeveled. So thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and you'll enjoy the rest of the presentations. And please check out my profile on the UpLeveled page.
Thanks so much, Melissa. Awesome presentation. Everyone forgot about the rest, and yeah, optimistic again here, because for me, I don't like when I have time for hobbies again, I'll definitely check out your presentation. For now, I'm probably more into the next person's app, which is, being a mom, more helpful for me currently. but yeah, this is just to give a short intro to Hedwig Farthofer, who's up next.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm going to share my screen now. Just a second. So I've prepared a little info about me. I'm 38 years old at the moment. I have a magister degree in English and Media Studies and a Master of Science in Library and Information Studies, both from Graz University. I was a science librarian for 5 years at FH Campus Wien. I'm married. I'm a mother of 2 sons. They're 5 and 2 years old. And this already takes me to my final project, which was made for parents of more than 1 kid. You'll see in a second what this is about. My final project is a desktop app. It was built with Next.js, PostgreSQL, and Emotion, and it is called Needify. So let's jump right to it. There we go. Hello. So you can be prepared as good as anything and still something super slow. Okay, so this is the starting the landing page of Needify. As I said, it's an app for parents who have more than 1 kid and who want to take care of or administer their kids' clothing. Like when your kids grow out of clothes and you still want to keep them for the siblings or for family members. And you have tons of those kids' clothes, and you put them into boxes and into bags in the basement, in the cupboard. And at some point you're trying to remember, so where did I put this one blue hat? I need this now in size 92. And winter is coming and I have no idea where it is. So Needify can help you here. You can create your own database and save information on the storage units such as plastic bags and the clothing items inside. You can search the entire database, and you can also create a list from your search and print it out. So I'm going to show this quickly. I have created a demonstration account with a bit of data already inside it. So this is the dashboard with the storage units. You can see we have blue plastic bag, red box, white box, basement. It's in the basement, it's in the cupboard and stuff. Just to show you, you can add a new storage unit here. So let's, for example, add a brown box. It's in the basement as well, because most things are in the basement, at least at my place. And you can add it here. So you now have the option to delete it or open it. So we're going to look inside of the brown box. You can edit the details about the box here. So if it's no longer in the basement, for example, you moved it to the garage, you can put the information here. And it's empty so far, so we can add a new clothing item. So you have to give two pieces of information are required: the type of the clothing item and the size. Let's say it's a blouse in size 116, and you can choose the color, for example, yellow. You can choose the season, and you can choose the gender. Let's say it's for a girl, because blouses are usually for girls. You can also enter a note like whatever, it's torn at the elbow, needs to mend it. Oops, right. So we can add it here, and you see it shows up inside of the storage unit. And you then have the option to delete it with the trash can, or you can add it to the list, which I'm going to show later. But I will add it to the list now, so you can get the notification that it has been added to the list. If you accidentally click on it twice, then you get the message that it's already been added to the list. So let's go back to the dashboard. So you see we have quite a few storage units in here with quite a lot of clothing items. If you're looking for a specific clothing item, you can go to the search, and you see to start out with, you have the entire list of clothing items. You can filter. For example, you can look for all the t-shirts in size, whatever, 116, and you go to filter. And we don't have no matches, but we can see the current search which has performed. So we can reset the filter and just try for t-shirt, summer. Let's see if we find something. Yeah, so we find one t-shirt for summer with the Node Lovely shirt, and it's in the storage unit blue plastic bag. So you can see this is a link. So if you'd like, you can go directly back to the storage unit and look inside of it, or you can also add the item to the list. Let's just reset the filter here. You can also search inside of the notes. So if you try to find that one thing that Auntie Ellie gave to my kid like 5 years ago, and now she wants to have it back or whatever, you can look for Ellie, go search notes, and you're gonna find the present from Auntie Ellie. So very nice. We're gonna add this to the list as well. And now let's take a look at the list. This is what the list looks like that we have put together. You can delete items from this list, not from the database, just from the list. And there's the printable version. So you see, I have removed the header here, I have removed the footer, but I have added the date. The current date is always added, and I have added these convenient checkboxes. So I had the idea that you can then use the printer function inside of your browser and just print the list and then walk around your home or your house and collect the items and just check off what you already have collected. So this was the end of my presentation. I'm going to log out and say thank you for your attention, and back to Antje.
Neat is someone, Tony says in the chat, it's neat. It's needify. Thank you, Heidi. It's really cool. Lots of data there, lots of shirts. Looks like my closet. Awesome, but yeah, next one up is Felix Hollmann.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, you can hear me. Perfect. So I'm going to share my screen. I got a little presentation. So my name is Felix Hollmann. I'm originally from Germany. I was born in Munich. I'm Austrian and German, and I moved to Vienna in 2006 to study law. And I also finished Vienna Law School and finished after that my judicial year. And since 2017, I was working in real estate sales and worked in Vienna as a real estate agent. And there was a time when I got in contact with like project management, and I saw a lot of different real estate owners working really like in a traditional way on this. So now when quarantine hit and the market basically stopped working, I made a course, a workshop at WU University for Agile Leadership. I was really interested in that. And the main thing on the work as a real estate agent for me was always to work with people and like helping them to find the best object for them. So on my final project, I also wanted to work with the customer because I wanted this experience, how it is in IT to work with somebody, work for somebody. So my final project is for a voice actor and friend of mine from Graz. He's also an English teacher, and he has the problem that for his voice acting, there's a really small audience in Austria. So we decided to create a central point, a website for him where he can put all his social media and where he can share everything he does. And the second idea was that he can't really tutor at the moment because of the quarantines. And so we said social media is the way, Zoom meetings, having English lessons on Zoom, and YouTube content and all this stuff. So we decided to set some key criteria he wanted to have on the website. And there was voice demos. He wanted to show what he can do. Content information, of course, and he really wanted a logo. The second draft, a week later, we decided to show his project he did before, and also did do an implementation of his podcast he's starting in spring 21. And he wanted a newsletter to inform people about his podcast. So I started to build the project. First, I did like a logo. I did different drafts, and I got feedback back from him to decide on one. And I created a roadmap to use the 4 weeks we had most efficiently. And then I started coding. And now I want to show you what I did. So this is the website. We have the logo at the beginning. Then we have voice demos here. I'm not sure if you can hear it about Zoom, but I will try.
Up to now, you've learned how to identify workplace hazards and how to report them to your supervisor.
So this is like commercials and little snippets from his work. And you can also sign up for his newsletter here. And then the thing that took me a little bit longer was the implementation from YouTube. So we decided to put all his content on YouTube and use an API to show this stuff, and you can immediately go to YouTube and watch the videos. So, So I counted some challenges in this project, and there's like two main categories. The one was project challenges, and that was the collaboration with the customer. It's really hard to get content from your customer and get the right content and go over roadblocks. And also like deciding on different features, on different designs, what is possible in the 4 weeks and what is not possible. And on the coding side, there were a lot of problems with, I have never done this before. How does this work? I have to research this. I'm stuck constantly. I get errors. I get roadblocks. I don't know how this works. And for me, it was really helpful to keep an agile mindset. So that means for me, get out of your comfort zone, and mostly like demanding from the customer also with slight pressure what you need and why you need it. And also responding to change, not stick to your plan 100%, but see what comes out of the project and then react to that. And also use your resources, use the people that help you, your colleagues, your teachers, use Google. Don't be afraid of using Google. And also collaborate a lot and get a lot of feedback from the customer, because this is the way how you don't end up stuck on some place and the customer doesn't know if this is his project anymore. So yeah, it was a quick run through my project, and thank you very much for listening. I'm looking for jobs in project management and in front-end development, and thank you very much for listening and being here today. And yeah, back to Antje.
You also get your round of applause, Felix. Very awesome presentation. Thanks a lot. And it's really good that you pointed out, because I think like you were the one now mentioning it, but like this happened to all of our graduates. You will in the bootcamp hit a wall at some point. But you know, the fact that you now see 14 people graduating here and showing their final projects when we started off with 14 people in the first place means that all of them have overcome those obstacles and walls, and all of them have found a way to make this work for them and to find something that suits their personal learning and working style and still come up with a really, really awesome result. Next one to prove this is true is Marion. Marion, the stage is yours. We can already see your screen, but unfortunately not hear you. I know you've had issues before with your audio. Could you try again? Marion, could you unmute or check your audio again? I can't see.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, great.
Yay, relief for Melissa. There's someone else
Yeah.
who has an issue.
Of course, I will do it.
Thank you so much. This is one for the team, I know.
Yeah, great. So, welcome. My name is Marion Dortschack, and I'm from Vienna. Before this bootcamp, I was working in advertising and marketing. Yeah, so my presentation, it works great. Also in project management, also in for large customers like Erste Bank Group. And recently I discovered my passion for working with startups and helping them with the first steps in advertising and planning their marketing activities. In communication, I cover all the areas, including social media marketing, but only the web development part was not my specialty. So I decided to go to UpLeveled. And there, as Antje told you, we learned a lot about all the latest programming languages and working with databases, also UI and UX design and so on. So this gap is now closed at all. For my final project, I already worked with a restaurant in Tyrol in the areas of marketing and advertising. And so I won now a new customer for my final project. It's the restaurant Gasthaus Seidel at Ungargasse in the 3rd district of Vienna. For this customer, I create now a new corporate identity. That means redesigning the menu card and all the advertising appearance, and the website, of course, as well. So after the lockdown, you're welcome. You should taste the great food at Gasthaus Seidel, and there you can see my work. But as the project will be done this week, I'm looking for a new job. And so you can see all our and my contact dates at UpLeveled. Yes, so I'm finished, and I say thank all of you. And I will also say thank you for the group and take the chance to say a big thank you, because it was a great 12 weeks together. And thank you for all your help and all your energy and all the great moments we shared. And as you know, feel hugged. So, yes.
I can't send hearts. We send hearts. We are by now, after these 12 weeks together, we're a very huggy group by now. it's getting very emotional, so we'll do that later. Now we're still on stage, and now thank you, Marion, and up to the next person. We still have 3 more people to go, and I really love how all of the participants are staying in the Zoom session, because I know it's long, but there's still some really cool presentations up next. So next one is Aidan Gilmore.
So hello guys, good afternoon everyone. I want to share my screen. So this is my portfolio page. My name is Aidan, I'm 33 and I'm originally from Ireland. I started this course with a goal, and while I'm not quite there yet, I know that I'm closer and a lot more knowledgeable after completing the bootcamp. I have a bachelor's in Earth and Ocean Sciences and worked in various jobs throughout my life, managing a 10,000 hectare cropping plantation in northwestern Australia to leading the tech section in the 3rd largest electronics store in the UK. For the last 10 years, I've been working in gastronomy in Vienna, and this is what I've used to help me build my project today. So I'll show you that next. Whoa, sleep. And I should have thought about that. Wait a second. Here we go. There we go. So from working in gastronomy for so long, I decided to build a more dynamic website. So a more dynamic website so that the proprietor of the business could update stuff quicker and on the go and keep his customers informed. So I have a newsletter function which allows him to keep the customers like updated on weekly menus, etc. And I've also got like a dynamic menu page that he can update from a backend, which I will show you in a second. I've also made the menu or the site mobilely responsive, so you can see everything here. The database is updatable, so I'll just go to that now quickly. So this is the admin page. You can log out and then you can go back to log in. And you log in here. Second. Go back to the full mode, log in. Takes you to the admin page. These are all editable, which you can see in real time, and then they update here in the menu page. So this course has been very challenging, but very rewarding for me. Some of the challenges I encountered were the database structures, security of the admin section, and I just want to thank everyone. I'm very lucky to have such a great team of people around me in the cohort. We really pulled together, we really helped each other, and it taught me a great deal. After the 12 weeks, like everything doesn't always go to plan in coding. So like you design a database incorrectly, or you don't like your CSS, or you mess up some piece of code. Nothing is fixed in coding, nothing is finite. So everything is fixable, changeable, and it just makes me want to learn more. So I'd just like to thank you all for your time. Thanks to the cohort, and yeah, have a nice evening, everyone.
You were so fast, I couldn't find the button. My hands are all sweaty because I'm so excited, so I can't unlock my phone. It doesn't recognize my fingers anymore. So, but you can see we're all really, really excited. There's only 2 more people, so please shout out for Mario, who's up next.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
My name is Mario. I'm Croatian. I've spent last 7 years working and living in Dublin. I'm new to Vienna. I have bachelor degree in hotel management, and I spent years working in hospitality, working on a front desk, working as a barista, being a supervisor in a cafe. And I was trying to change it up. So during the time I was working in a bank for a while. After the bank, I was working in Facebook as a content moderator and a privacy agent. But all the while I was trying to change something. The thought through was I want to do something in IT. So I tried Java programming a couple of years ago, and at that time it wasn't really for me. Then I tried software testing. I went for the course, did fundamentals in software testing, and it all led up to me saying, okay, I really need to do this full time. I really need to sink my teeth in and do something. So that's how I ended up with the bootcamp. And one more thing about me is I love movies. I love watching them. I love talking movies. I just love everything about them. So this is what led to my final project, which I'm going to share now. So what you're watching is a place for people to share what they have been watching, what they think about the movies they've been seeing, and also a community where you can share your lists, or you can get inspired by somebody else's list. Maybe they have been watching something and you know, like, hey, they have a similar opinion as me. Maybe I'll watch something they said it was good. So we're going to log in, register a new user. He is going to be called the presentation. I think I misspelled that, so I'm going to log in as me. All right, so once you're logged in, you can go to the user page. Now, because I logged in as me, I'm the only one with the admin, so I can actually delete this user because I misspelled it and I couldn't reproduce the name. But you can also see what other people have been watching. So maybe somebody's been watching, they rate it, they say, oh yeah, cool, I really like this movie. They can say what it's about. But the thing is, maybe you will find movies that you haven't been watching. So you can go to different users. Maybe another user is an anime fan, and then you're like, okay, cool, I'm also an anime fan, and I've never seen Attack on Titan. He says it's the coolest one ever. I'm gonna watch that. But of course, the main point of the site is where you can go to My Movies, and you can add your own movies or delete the ones that are already on the site. As the whole site is built with Next.js, and this is using the API call to the Open Movie Database where all the movies are coming from. So you can search for The Matrix, say, yeah, really cool, and add the movie. Once you add the movie, of course, your movie list grows longer and longer. And that is the whole idea. MovieBase is really thorough. It's not the IMDb because they're charging for theirs. This is the free one, but it has loads of movies. So you can watch for the movies like Parasite, and then somebody can say one of the best movies in the last couple of years. So a must watch. Then if you go and see that movie and that movie gets all the Oscar buzz, you can be the smart one and say, oh yeah, I've seen it already because it was recommended by some guy named Mario on What You're Watching webpage. So yeah, this is kind of the idea. It was my passion project just to have something that community of movie lovers can just join in and share their love of movies. In the last 3 months, it was a really crazy ride. I think we all learned a lot, and I'm really proud that I can now present something that I wanted to have for a long time. And now, because of the course, I know how to do it and I can present it to you. And thank you very much for coming in these large numbers. And what is next, like everybody else, yes, give us a chance, because if we learn this in just 3 months, as Antje said, sky's the limit to what we can learn if you give us a little bit more time and a chance. So yeah, again, thank you very much, and I will stop the share.
You get a double clap. You get the double clap for the really cool last sentence. Yes, you know, people are not always that confident. You know, people have imposter syndrome, and we've been struggling with this a lot. We learn a lot as well. Like the UpLeveled team learns a lot with every new cohort and with every new student, and we really want to improve on a daily basis as well. But we can't stress enough how awesome this group has been. But we're not over yet. There's still one more person to go. And José is known for taking his time, because not because he talks a lot. He's, you know, we have a connection there. He also talks like me, but it's not because of that. But he also builds a lot, and then he needs to talk a lot to show all what he built. Please, José, try to stick to the 5-minute frame. But we're really looking forward to showing the last project of today. Stage is yours.
So good morning, good afternoon, good night to everyone. Are you hearing me well? So that sounds good. Okay, perfect. So my name is José Fernando Höwer Barbosa. I tell my bigger name is because I am from Colombia. And in Colombia, we used to have 2 last names, one for your father and one for your mother. And this is a story that my mother all the time just told me, right? Like, hey, you only don't have father, you also have mother. You have to say Höwer Barbosa. So this is why all the time I just make this little presentation. I'm half Colombian, half Austrian. I think not really 80% Colombian and 20% Austrian, but yes, I'm here. And yes, I'm a family person. I am father of 2 beautiful children, Anastasiia and José Alejandro. I studied music in Colombia. I work as teacher for private schools and also for academies. And yes, I mean, this is my background as teacher, but there was a moment in a frame like 1 year in my life when I work as music designer for a video game company and also as video game designer in this startup. And I found this was one of the most inspiring times of my life, just learning how to these video games work and everything, because I'm a gamer. All my life I've been a gamer. So yes. And one of these ideas was just to be able to create a game at some point in my life. When I arrived to Austria 4 years ago with a dream of bringing my family a better future, to bring my family better opportunities, especially for my 2 children. And I work in a production line and a company making plastic bottles for 4 years now. And in January, I told my wife, my beautiful wife, Marcela, that I really thank you, mi amor, to be here. So I told her I need a change in my life. I need a change in my life. I need to do something better, because I feel inside of me a lot of potential, a lot of value that I want to bring to the world, that I'm just not feeling it anymore to doing plastic bottles. So I just trying to research, and I found like this thing called like web development, and I just begin to learn about it, and I'm a really passionate person. So I just, I'm really passionate about it, and I found this could be a really good opportunity. Then I begin to look opportunities to learn a little bit more, and I found and I reached this amazing person that is Angie Ensi, that she showed me a path in order to be able to make this dream real. So this is why I'm here. I'm here in UpLeveled, just trying to make real my dream to become a web developer. And yes, so my final project, as I told you, I all the time dream to make a video game. and I decided to make a video game prototype. So I want to share a little bit of my screen. I hope you are seeing my screen right now. So yes, this is my adventuring party. That is a small video game that I created in this last month. This is a text-based video game. This is the actual name for this type of video games, when all the information you are getting is just informational things about your account, and you'll be able to do stuff. So what is my adventuring party actually? What is the goal of this game? So the goal of this game is just create a party of heroes called Helden, that is actually heroes in German. And you have some resources. Here you have gold and soul stones that are the premium money, the premium currency for that. And then you could just get money over time here, and you hit the barrel to get more coins. So in this home place, you could see your actual information. And then you could go to the store because your bag is empty. Because if you want to go to an adventure, you have to buy items, right? So you go to the store, and then you could buy some items. And you bring a basic potion, a noble potion, or whatever thing you want to buy. And this, I mean, right now I don't have the money enough to buy these special items that are the Jenna's rounded baked cake. Actually, Jenna's is this version of this is our colleague Jenna that make really amazing rounded baked cakes. So this is why I'm here, and also Marion that just bring the best beer to the bootcamp. So she have also a place here. So as you can see, because I buy already some items, then I have just items here, and then you have your heroes that you could create. So you could just put the name of a hero. So let's say Marcela, and then you could just create a new hero. Here you have a list of heroes, and then you could choose to add it to the party or don't. And then you just change here, and then you have your list of heroes. And the way they grow up, the way you evolve that is just send it to expeditions. So you come here, and then you send these people to expedition. And the more level they have, the more time they take into become stronger. So as you can see, this guy takes 2 days because Aidan is really powerful healer level 9. So he takes 2 days. But Marion, right now, just beginning his adventure. So she's just a level 1 warrior. She takes only 4 minutes to be able to level a little bit. And then you go to, because I already have a party. Yes, but I don't want these ones. I already have prepared some of those here. So let's choose these ones that are the big ones and go to the story mode. Oops, something is happening on the forest. What is on the forest happening right now? Let's click here. Oh, let's click here. Okay. Now what happened is that there is an enemy team that want to kill us, and then we have to battle them. So let's go to battle them right now. So as you can see, just the animations are, I mean, I came up with that. It was really fun. Just animations are built. Oh, the warrior 4 is really strong, and he just dodged the attack, but I don't care. I just try to use basic attacks. Now I'm going to do special attacks, and then I want to target him. Felix, no, basic attack to the dark warrior, and then I'm going to attack him with all what I have. And I hope he now, so we finished the enemy theme. And now we just, congratulations. So we get 2 basic potions at 3 gold. So thank you so much this is my presentation. This is my game. I tried to stick on the time. I hope it's everything good. So yes, a little bit, if you want to see, I want to share you my links here. So I go to the chat right now. But thank you so much for the presentation, and thank you so much. Also, I have to say to UpLeveled to give me the opportunity to be here and to give this new path for my career. I'm just trying to paste that here. Okay, these are my links. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed and everything good. Good energy.
Thank you, José. Thank you for the awesome game presentation. We have seen some sneak peeks in the retrospectives, but we're still amazed with all of that work that went to it. And I love how everyone who ever showed up in the bootcamp has a little warrior in your game, including your wife, and everyone is really cool. And yeah, thanks for the Oscar-like speech that's a worthy ending, I think. And you're like we really love you for your passion. Everyone does. Yes. So that's it basically. Like all of our graduates have presented their project, and I have to say, I am really thrilled to see that there are still so many people in this Zoom session. Like just a few have left, maybe due to other appointments or needed to go or whatever, but most of them have stayed till the very end and seen all of the presentations. I'm really happy to see that. Thanks a lot for everyone listening. Yeah, and as I said, people are really, there's things going on in the chat. Let's see if there's a question. No, it's fine. It's just, I don't want to miss if there's maybe something going on. But yeah, as I said, if you have questions regarding company collaborations, how you could, for example, train your employees with us, train your teams with us, get in touch regarding hiring people, please reach out to Matthias or reach out to those people you've met today personally. You will find all the contacts on our graduate page. And if you can't remember and you were like, well, there was this one person, they were presenting something about beer and I don't know the name anymore, like reach out. We are highly available on all channels. Like we have a chat on our website, we have phone and email contact. Obviously, we have a lot of social media channels that are pretty active, and we keep checking on them regularly. So if you need anything, just make sure that you follow us and maybe also sign up for the newsletter. We don't have a continuous newsletter loop that will spam you like every other week. We basically have 3 or 4 very important news that we send out per year, and it's mainly invitations to the new bootcamp or the new graduation events. So it's highly relevant. So make sure you sign up there, and yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed it as much as we did, because what we're gonna do, we're gonna close this session soon now, and we're gonna head over to our personal Zoom and have a little celebration. It's unfortunately not as huggable as we were expecting, but we will of course do that as soon as it's safe again. For now, we will just have tons of drinks and be super happy and celebrate everyone, because we're super proud of us, and we're like the UpLeveled team is especially proud of all these great outcomes here. That's it. I'll have a look again, last look in the chat if there's maybe some people saying congrats. So graduates, please have a look at the chat. People are congratulating. Thanks a lot, everyone, for watching, and there's a lot of congratulations for you in here. So have a look, and yes, we're looking forward to see what you'll be doing next month or maybe next year, because I'm pretty sure you'll not get bored. Okay, everyone, that's it. Have a great afternoon. Thanks again for joining. All of the UpLeveled people, over to Carl's Zoom. You know where that is.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you.